the first period, but 2 games in 2 nights, things went a little flat for the second and third, but compete level was good.
Yeah. I think, the start, we got the start we wanted. We played quick. We did sticks. I thought we moved the puck well, and we moved ourselves well, and shot the puck. Obviously, did some good work for much of the game. Obviously, once you build that kind of a lead, it's a little different venue, I think, at times. But I think we played exactly how we had to get the job done, and quite pleased with the start. It's kind of what got us going in the right direction.
I mean, everybody seems to be skating at a higher tempo.
Yeah, we were more precise, like the passing and our movement. Our goaltending was solid, and I think it was a fun game. We were intense. We played physical. We had pushback when we needed it. So it was a complete game, and I think to play with a lead like that. You love it every night, but it's not an easy thing all the time. So you do have to play right. You have to, make sure of things. And I thought we got away from it a little bit, and then we finished strong with playing the right way.
And the forechecking there in the first period helped create a couple of those goals.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And even our back check with good sticks, we were knocking down some loose pucks, and they were trying to make some plays to get out of the zone. We were in good lanes, so we made the lane shut off pretty well.
How about Mackie having another solid night after the frustrating end to last night?
Well, thank God they scored a goal early, and we didn't have to endure that same fate as we did last night. But to get that out of the way is a good thing. But no, definitely he challenges, and he's a competitor, and he won't quit on anything, and that's what you want. And that's he sets an example for the group in terms of what we want. Work ethic and wise, and it's important. I think both our goalies have played well of late. Lewin had the streak of 3 games, and we followed that with a loss, and then obviously Mackie put 2 games together back to back.
Was the way last night ended why you came back to him back to back?
Yeah, absolutely. We want these guys fighting for wins, and as long as you can keep the winning coming, you hold the net.
Not about the shutout in the last 20.
No. Again, we were disappointed in the way he handled it. Obviously, he's quite angry at himself, and it can be perceived many ways, but you've got to learn from those situations. Sometimes that happens, and I think he looked back at it and thought he could come out another foot or so and cut the angle down even more, but it was basically a one-on-one that he should stop that puck, but he put it on himself, and I think that's the commendable thing.
These first and second year guys seem to have turned it up a notch.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Speed-wise.
Yep. Turned up the tempo, and guys are playing hard, fast, and we're trying to put the opposition on their heels and throw lots of rubber at them.
I know I was talking to Justin last night about it, and he's working with Chris, obviously, on getting the skating together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and he'll continue to work at his trade. I think there's lots of improvement there, but even our fastest guys can get faster. So we expect to see improvement throughout the season.
And now with the Christmas break, the players going to be away from the rink for a few days. I think that might help or hurt when you come back and have 2 games right after Christmas.
Yeah, well, both teams will be on even scales there, so we've got some downtime for them, but also some things to keep them moving as well. You don't want to go away for this long and be down and not moving, and so we have a regimen that they'll follow. They get their programs as well as a schedule for coming back and everything. So it'll be a good thing. I think the rest will be good. Come back refreshed, spend some time with your families. Whatever you have on the docket, but come back ready to play again, pick it up where you left off.
With this morale boost, how are you going to be able to keep it going after the break and keep that positive?
Yeah, exactly like that. I think not so much the downtime mentally will be great, but keeping you a little bit active throughout the day, kind of doing you know, whatever you can, not be just sedate, and, you know, you come back, start with a similar lineup, maybe a couple of adjustments, but, you know, certainly, you know, we've got to be ready for, you know, starting it all over again and kind of taking it right to, the end of the season.
And you have, Nevin today was the first of his 3-game suspension for jumping off the bench to get an all.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I really am. I thought it was a little bit harsh for the situation, considering you know, the fact that we didn't have 6 men on the ice. We had you know, exactly 5, and there were 2 willing combatants that wanted to take care of business. So how, you know, you get 3 games out of that, you know, really, you know, it's a riddle to me. And, you know, whereas, you know, a couple of games before, Utica, a guy can cross-check a guy in the face and get 1 game, you know, so, you know, kind of, you know, makes me wonder, you know, exactly where their thinking is at this point.
Yeah,
All right.